What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. What's up? It's me, Erica. Did I put this thing on right? Hold on. All right. Maybe I need to close this. No, I need to leave it open so I can get some sun. All right, we're down here talking about love and marriage, Huntsville. All right. Um, they're in the morning. It's Marsau and LaTisha making breakfast. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the diva know you stopped by. I should go to Starbucks, huh? I can always go. I'll go after I record. This is my last video. LaTisha's telling Marsau what happened between her and Melody. And she says that destiny sprung the conflict resolution on us. And I told Melody that what she was saying, that I thought it was BS. And she says that Mel is a liar. She feels like she can't move forward if there's no ownership. And he says, well, that it feels like she just wants to keep arguing. He says, so then why would you start an argument? And she's like, what you talking about? Basically, he's like, you're not taking ownership of your part in this as well. And he was like, if you look at it, the Holts, they're drowning. And instead of keeping a bunch of bullshit going on and holding on to a bunch of bullshit, no matter what they've done to us, this is a couple that used to be cool with us, and they are drowning right now. So instead of causing a bunch of bullshit with her, what you should have done was given her a hug. I said, ain't nothing. And based on what I saw later on in the episode, maybe he wants to keep Melody around because she's good to look at, because that's what it seemed like is going on. We're going to get to that. LaTisha doesn't believe. Remember, LaTisha yelled at her mother and said that Mel isn't innocent in none of this. So I don't know if because she has an issue with Mel that she now wants to hold on to this issue. I don't know if it's because I don't know. God, I don't want to be sitting in the middle of two people. Let me move, because this is my last video. I just don't want no nigga sitting on the side of me looking at me in my face while I'm talking about love and marriage, Huntsville. So let the diva move, because he was already in my mouth looking at that little thingly thing that's swinging in the back of my throat. You all in my throat. So let me move down here. And then after this, I'm going to go to Starbucks. So I think that, what's the name, wants to keep Mel around for his viewing pleasure. If you ask me, that's what it seemed like to me, child. So let's go. I moved over here. Oh, this is a different lighting. It's okay. We're good. So he says, what you do owe, she was like, do you think I owe Mel an apology? And he was like, no, what you do owe her is a listening ear, right? And, you know, I can't say nothing bad about the advice that he gave. I understand where LaTisha's saying she can't move forward until Melody owns. But like I said on my last review, they both have different perspectives of when the breakdown in the friendship started. They both have a different story, and some people are saying LaTisha's starting in the middle. Some people are saying Melody is not starting at the right place. But that goes to show you, when you have conflict with somebody, people have different perspectives of how it started. So he's saying, you know, just give her a lending ear. Lend her your ear. So Mel and Kimmy are at Mel's house, and they talk about what happened at their little day retreat. And again, both of y'all have your truth. You both have different perspectives. And Mel is saying that she wants to just be in a calm and peaceful space. She tells her that Martell has a baby on the way. Kimmy acts shocked, as she's supposed to, and she was like, okay, so is that true? That's really true? And she was like, girl, I am so done with him. She was like, yeah, remember, you guys y'all didn't believe it because he's such a good guy, right? Remember, he's such a good guy. And so then she does ask Melody, was she dating, because she saw some post on Instagram. And she was like, no, I need to know. I'm entertaining men, but I have 4 children that I need to focus on, and I need to see what it's like to be single. You were in a 14-year relationship. I think a year off might be good for you. Like, I don't feel like it's healthy for people to jump from relationship to relationship, but when your worthiness is dependent on you being desired by a man, you will jump into another relationship right after getting divorced. But I think what Melody is saying is helpful. Like, I need to focus on my kids. I need to be single for a while. So hopefully we see. She says that Martell told her he can't wait for her to get into another relationship so it can fail fast and so that she can see that he was the good catch. And she was like, no, he knows you're the good catch, and he fucked up. And he did. He really fucked up. You got a woman giving you children. She's also just ambitious. She's not sitting around the house. She's not doing none of that. You have a woman on the side of you who wants to build, and you go out, and because you can't get the tip of your dick wet, you go out and cheat on her for 5 years. That's crazy. She says, in their interview, she says that she feels bad for Martell, and she actually pities him because he's caused her so much pain and he's still trying to make it seem like she's at fault for it. You saw what Quavo did. You did whatever you did to Sweetie, and you come out on the internet talking about you're not the woman I thought you were. So somehow you're trying to make it seem like she did something to you. It's crazy. And what's crazy is there are so many women who will accept that. There's so many women who are probably telling Melody, well, you should have kept your man satisfied at home. He wouldn't have stepped out. For 5 years, girl, he was in another relationship. So Maurice and Martell have a conversation, and Maurice basically explains, or Martell basically explains, that he had the model family. He had the wife, the children, a successful business. They did. They really did. They really did. And when you step outside of that and you realize, like, fuck. Because in 5 years, you couldn't communicate with your wife what you wanted in the bedroom. Is that what you're telling me? Like, the excuse that you have where you weren't taking care of me. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Are you telling me that you're that weak? That you have no self-control, that because your wife wouldn't suck your dick, that you cheated on her and created a relationship and a baby for 5 years? Is that what you're saying? So somehow all of those actions and choices that you made over, let's see how many days that is. Over 1,825 days, you couldn't figure out a day to explain to your wife that something was going on in your relationship. So you continued on another relationship for 5 years and did not communicate with your wife that you weren't getting. What are you getting now from this woman? I hope this woman is as ambitious as Melody. I hope she is. I hope so. And he says, when Maurice explains to him, which, Maurice gave a little bit of good advice, but him telling him, fight for your marriage until the light goes out, because when you talk about your family, you still light up and this and that. And he was like, even if it's for the best that you guys break up, there's still going to be collateral damage. There's still going to be people affected by your divorce, even if the divorce is in both of your best interests. And that was such good advice. Like, no matter how you slice it, right? Whether you try to convince these people to get back into a relationship with each other, or whether they go their separate ways and it's for the best, there are going to be people affected by it. I thought that was very good to say. He was like, you fight for your relationship, and they're both done. There's no fighting for no relationship. I guess you're just trying to be nice. Anyways, LaTisha and Marsau are trying the menu. I saw a mural with LaTisha holding a cigar. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what's happening, but I did see a mural of that. He invites Jalen over. Come on, the ice cream truck. Ice cream! I got some ice cream. I got some ice cream. And you ain't got none. And you ain't got none. Okay, so he invites Jalen over there to talk to him about the general manager position. And he's telling him how every detail is important and this and that, right? His logic for hiring Jalen as a manager is such great logic. Because he says, I can hire somebody with experience and not really trust them, but I can hire someone that I trust and train them to be a general manager. I have to tell you, Marsau is smart. That's a misogynist. If he would just be heart-centered instead of full of ego and misogyny, he would be a cool dude. He would be a cool dude because he really, the way that he approaches things, the information, the advice that he gave to LaTisha, his logic for hiring, because that's what we kept saying. Okay, like, if Jalen wants to work in the real estate industry, y'all know how to do that. He could be an intern somewhere and be learning this, and y'all could be paying him. But I think it's great. Put him as a general manager, see how he does. And he tells him, you know, this could really be great for you. It can really be good for you. He has a conversation with him. It was funny because every time Jalen be like, okay, I gotta go. Are y'all done with the scene now? Okay, great. He leaves. Okay, so we get to Marsau and Melody. Melody is on the outside of her offices, and she's changing the logo to say Melody S. Holt. Nice logo we see, right? We can see Melody is done. She don't want to have nothing to do with Martell. She is changing the logos. She's making moves. She's filing for divorce. She's doing everything. She's done. Marsau pulls up. The first thing, my first bullet point here, I put chemistry. Why? Did y'all feel it, or was it just me? I'm just going to put it out there. I feel like Marsau and Melody has this weird tension between them, and it was very clear in this scene right here. He tells her that, you know, about his conversation with LaTisha, and she goes, that's the same thing I was telling her. He said, yeah, because you're a lot like me. Excuse me? You heard Melody say, excuse me? No, sir. So she says it feels like LaTisha wants to stay stuck in the past. And he's like, yeah, because the only two people who can destroy a marriage are the two people in it. She was like, that's the same thing I said. So he invites Melody to the soft launch, right? And she's, the woman at the same time is asking her where she wants the logo placed. And she's yelling, you know, telling the lady how she wants the logo. And then he tells her, oh, get yourself together, because I guess her cleavage was coming out, right? He was like, don't try to entice me. What are you saying? I was like, sir, what are you saying to Melody? It seemed like, and what I noticed, what every time he has seen Melody this season, he makes it a point to tell her, even in front of his wife, that she's glowing. I was like, maybe that's why LaTisha don't want to let go of her beef with Melody, because she knows her husband is attracted to Melody, because it's very clear. She was like, he said, I'm married, don't entice me. She said, I didn't tell you to bring your ass over here. You trying to blame me for you being attracted to me? That's not my problem. That is not my problem. She was like, she told him he was an asshole. They got this bickering thing going on. It was a lot of chemistry. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I have noticed Marsau telling Melody that she's glowing every single time. I don't know if that's a dig to Martell, but I think he likes her in some way. Maybe he likes that she's so ambitious and a go-getter and talks crazy and talks shit to him, because Melody will cuss Marsau out in a heartbeat. I'm here for it. Anyways, they talk about the new, she says that this is her office now, and so they end up placing the logo, and it looks nice. So now they're at Chris and Mel's house. I think that lady's name was Mel too. They got a lot of M's in this, because even Martell's mother's name starts with an M too. Anyway, so as she's walking up, the woman comes outside, and this is Chris, the guy that is the broker. I think he's a broker, and his wife, and they say that they have been counseled by them before. And she walks up and she was like, I just want to tell you Martell is here. She was like, here for what? She was like, what do you want to talk about, Miss Ma'am? Girl, why is he here, and why are y'all ambushing me with this? And she's like, you know, we just want to see if we can move forward. And she was like, yeah, move forward separately. Is that what we're doing? Moving forward separately? I want to get under a tree. I feel like maybe, and it's too dark like that. Anyway, so she was like, okay, whatever. So they walk up, they sit down, and you see Melody and Martell give each other a side hug. You know what that means, honey. We're not embracing each other growing to growing. We're going to give you a side hug, honey. And he was like, you look great. He was like, you look like you're going to a concert. She said, I can perform. Bitch, fuck with me. And so she was like, you look great. She was like, life is amazing. She just is trying to get through this or whatever. So they asked him, do they want to be married? She was like, to each other? She was like, well, I just want to know, you know, what you were talking about. So Melody she's already gone. There's no rekindling, none of that. She didn't change logo. She didn't change everything. She's not worried about that. And he was like, it's not a game. This is not a game. You over there sitting over there laughing. And then they start talking about the kids. And he, says that he's more hands-on with the kids and he just got burnt out. And that, part of one of their arguments were him asking her to be more hands-on with the children. And I just put gaslight these people. You up here gaslighting these people, Martell. I think when you start talking about things that is not based in reality and truth, and you trying to talk to things that happened in your relationship that didn't happen, you just are gaslighting people. That's not the reality of the situation, right? He says something about we have 4 kids together. She's like, well, you about to start over anyway. So you got a baby on the way. What's up? And he was like, well, if you were doing what you're supposed to do, if you were being the person I wanted you to be, it's always what Martell wants. That's why Martell is selfish. And you could tell he's selfish. And it's like, it's crazy. Listen to him. She was like, and they were like, well, what happened? And she was like, I checked out April 4th. She got the date down and everything. And she was like, well, you all calling me bitches and all this other stuff. And she's like, let me tell you something. I didn't start disrespecting you until I lost respect for you. And I don't understand why these men feel like after you've done a woman wrong, she's supposed to be nice to you. She's supposed to be the bigger person. No, we're not doing that when they go low. We take it to the floor, or there's some people who will take it to hell. We're not doing that. And so if you're getting some, feeling from the person that you've done wrong and they're not respecting you, why do you expect for them to respect you? How could you expect that? You were disrespectful. You dishonored your marriage. Then when it came out that you were doing what you were supposed to do, you tried to make it seem like it was her fault for you doing what you did. You don't want to take any accountability. It's her fault that you did what you weren't being the person I wanted you to be. What about the woman she wants to be? And now you lost your really good catch. The disrespect came after I lost respect. The lady, I think her name is Mel too for some reason. I don't know why I think her name is Mel, but she says, are you going to go back to that other woman? Because that's really embarrassing. Like you going back to the same person, you keep going back. You tell your wife you coming back. That's really embarrassing for a woman, especially for a woman of Melody's caliber. That's how I felt with Jackie and her husband. This is a woman, a doctor, a physician in the community, and you running around the airport with some basic bitch who is just giving you a little, making your dick wet for 30 seconds or what? I don't understand it. And you making these women embarrassing and humiliating these women, and you expect for these women to treat you with kindness and respect? No, nigga, fuck you and everything in your path. Like literally, fuck you. I don't have to treat you no way. You were awful. You were awful to that woman, and now you want her to respect you? Nigga, fuck you. Anyway. And then the woman's like, it's not how cheating is wrong. And everybody knows that. I think we say it over and over again. But there's also a way that you cheat so that you're not disrespectful. When you're traipsing around people in the most busiest airport in the world, when you are in this small little town of Huntsville, going back and forth with this woman, and for 5 years, that's embarrassing. And what you're doing is like making her look crazy, embarrassing her, humiliating her. So that's how you know there's no love there. There's no love there because you cheated on her and you publicly humiliated her. Now you're having a baby. But then you want her to treat you with respect. Are you crazy? And she was like, Martell slept with multiple women, not just one. And he was like, why don't you shut up, stop lying, stop playing the fucking victim. And everybody's like, whoa. She was like, y'all heard what Martell said, now I'm playing the victim. He's like, you always playing the victim. I want people to see the person that you really are. And he's starting to get mad, I guess. And she was like, well, He was like, and that's why I went to where I went to. I like this. I was being satisfied. You weren't doing what you were supposed to do for me. You weren't being the person I wanted you to be. Melody threw a glass at him. She said, I'm tired of you saying that. And she started walking towards him. That's how you know she was fed up. When a woman starts walking towards a man in conflict, you know he has pissed her off. Because we know if Martell were to put his fist to her face or anywhere, he's stronger than her. You know that. But when you know when a woman she's done and she's ready, when she's walking up to you like, nigga, I done told you I'm tired of you telling me that this woman was satisfying you. Like, I'm tired of you saying that. And she was like, for 14 years and you gonna do all of this? We've been together for 14 years and you gonna disrespect me like this, embarrass me like this, and then try to make it seem like it's my fault? And then he's over at the car with Chris. You see what happens? See what happens when the truth comes out? Nigga, tell the truth so it can come out. Because you're not telling the truth. You've been living a lie this whole time. Martell is crazy as hell. And that's what Melody said to homegirl. She was like, I don't even care about the baby. It's him. I don't want to get back with him. If he wasn't having a baby. Look how disrespectful he is. The way that you cheated, the way you're going about taking responsibility and trying to make it seem like it was her fault that you cheated. It's just nothing Martell does. He's a perfect angel. He's a perfect angel. And his interview was like, she's doing all this stuff to me. She's doing all this stuff to me. It's a double standard. She didn't cheat on you, dude. You cheated on her. What do you mean it's a double standard? She has every right to say whatever the hell she wants. You were her husband for 14 years. You cheated on her and now produced another baby. And, I mean, not counting the abortions that this woman probably had. So you might be had more than one baby on the way. And then you expect respect from her. You expect for her to treat you with kindness. You expect for her to be cordial with you. You expect for her to be all of these things when you mistreated her. Why do we feel like we have to behave when somebody is mistreating us? No, fuck that. Fuck that, nigga. Fuck everything. Fuck you and everything walking in your path. And everybody who supports you in your bullshit. Fuck them too. And that's what it is. We need to dig down in what's going on with Miss Melody Holt and Marsau. What's her last name? Harris. I don't know what their last names are. Anyways, look at those two little girls. They're so cute. Little girls love wearing little princess outfits. Little tutus and stuff. Anyways, y'all take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments and let me know what you think. The main part of this story was Marsau and Melody. I know it and I saw it. And I'm not crazy. I know I'm not crazy. Anyways, y'all take care of each other. Peace.